When people start researching Fairfield County, they see it described as a suburb of New York City. And while the proximity to Manhattan is certainly part of the story, Fairfield County is much more than a collection of commuter towns into the city. The way our towns are governed, how our property taxes are calculated, and the role that Metro North train plays in our housing market, and even the way our coastline is shaped are very different from what you'll find in most parts of the country. I'm Jennifer Lockwood, and I'm a local realtor here in Fairfield County, and I have lived in this area my entire life. I help buyers and sellers throughout Fairfield County, and today I'm sharing with you 10 things that make Fairfield County so distinctive. And a few of them may generally surprise you. So let's start with number 10. We don't have a county government. So let's begin with something that many people relocating here find pretty confusing. And that's that Fairfield County does not have a functioning county government. Connecticut eliminated county government back in 1960, and Fairfield County still exists as a geographical area. And we certainly use the name, but there is no county executive, no county school system, county tax, or zoning department. Instead, each city and town operates independently, and there's 23 towns within the county. Your property taxes, your schools, zoning regulations, building permits, and many other public services are controlled by the individual municipalities where you live. If you purchase a home in Westport, you work with the town of Westport. If you purchase a home in Fairfield, your property records are held in the town of Fairfield, not by a Fairfield County courthouse or assessor. This is important because choosing a town here means that you're choosing much more than a location. You're also choosing its tax structure, its services, the schools, the zoning, and the approach they have to development within town. This is the reason two neighboring Fairfield County towns can feel very different, even when they're only 10 minutes apart. Let's go on to number 9, and that is the Merritt Parkway. It is both a highway and a historic landmark. The Merritt Parkway is one of the most recognizable features of Fairfield County. It stretches approximately 37 miles and it was completed in 1940. It is listed on the National Register of Historic Places and it is known for its collection of individually designed bridges. Each bridge has its own architectural details. The Merritt also operates very differently than a typical interstate. There's no commercial trucks, buses, trailers, or taller vehicles, and they're strictly prohibited. I've been on the Merritt Parkway when I have seen trucks make the mistake and they cannot fit under the bridges. For residents, the Merritt is also a major transportation corridor. It connects many of the inland and northern sections of other towns without the commercial traffic that you'll find on I-95. However, if you're relocating here, do not let the beautiful bridges fool you. Traffic can be significant, particularly during commuting hours. Where you live in location to the Merritt, to I-95 and the Metro North train station can make a major difference in your daily routine. Let's go on to number 8, and that's you pay property tax on your car. It is one of the biggest surprises for buyers moving here from another state. Connecticut charges an annual property tax on motor vehicles. This is separate from your registration fee, and the tax applies to each vehicle you own. The amount is determined by using the assessed value of the vehicle and the appropriate mill rate in your town. For someone moving from Florida or another state without the annual vehicle property tax, this can be an unexpected expense, and a household with multiple cars will receive a bill for each one. This is not necessarily something that should discourage you from moving here, but it should be included when you're calculating your total cost of living. If you're considering a move, I have a free Fairfield County relocation guide that explains many of these local differences, and you can download it in the link below. Let's go on to number 7, and that's property taxes can vary dramatically by town. I have mentioned this in many of my other videos, but it's something I don't want to miss. One of the most important things to understand about buying a home in Connecticut is that the mill rate system and how it works with property taxes. Your property tax is based on the town's assessed value for your home and its mill rate. And that tax bill lasts for 5 years as each home is reassessed every 5 years. So that tax bill stays the same for 5 years until that reassessment. Connecticut does not impose one uniform property tax rate, so each municipality establishes its own rate based on their budget. That means two similarly priced homes in two different Fairfield County towns can have very different annual tax bills. You need to look at the actual tax bill for your specific property you're considering, at the complete monthly and annual cost, not simply just the purchase price. A home that appears more affordable may not be once you add in the property taxes, the commuting costs, and other expenses that are factored in. Now let's go on to number 6, and that is Fairfield County is a major center for the financial industry. Many people assume that financial professionals shaping the global markets are all working in Manhattan. A considerable number of them are actually working in Greenwich, Stamford, and Westport. Fairfield County has one of the country's largest concentration of hedge funds, private equity firms, and financial service companies. Bridgewater Associates is based in Westport, AQR Capital Management is in Greenwich, and Point72 Asset Management is headquarters in Stamford. Several other globally recognized investment firms are located within the county as well. This concentration has helped shape the local economy and the housing market. It supports demand for luxury homes, for restaurants, professional services, and convenient access to New York City. This is also one of the reasons Lower Fairfield County can feel like an extension of New York financial world, even though the physical setting is made up of residential neighborhoods, historic town centers, and coastal communities. So let's go on to number 5, and that is Stamford has become a corporate center all its own. Fairfield County's relationship to New York City began changing significantly during the 60s and 70s when major companies started relocating their offices and their headquarters outside of Manhattan. Stamford has become one of the primary destinations, and today the city remains home to major corporations, including Charter Communications and Philip Morris International, along with other companies in media, finance, technology, and consumer products. This gives Fairfield County an employment base that goes well beyond commuting into Manhattan. Someone living here may work in New York City, at a financial firm in Greenwich, at a corporation in Stamford, or remotely working from home. Those overlapping employment patterns help create demand across several different housing markets. But the reality is we have many separate markets operating within the same county, which is why they say real estate is local. And here it is local by town. Greenwich is not Westport, Westport's not Fairfield, Fairfield's not Easton, and Easton certainly is not Stamford. We have cities, coastal towns, walkable downtowns, traditional suburbs, and rural communities with 2 and 3 acre properties. Home prices, property taxes, inventory, the commute times, the housing styles, they change dramatically within a relatively short drive. There are also significant differences in income and housing affordability all across the county. A county-wide median sale price cannot tell you what is happening within the colonial, say in Greenfield Hill, or the waterfront homes on the Westport Shore, or condos in Stamford, or properties with acreage in Easton. Real estate here is extremely local. When you're buying or selling, the most useful information comes from the town, the neighborhood, and the specific price range, not simply the county as a whole. If you're trying to determine which community fits your budget, your commute, and lifestyle, you can schedule a consultation with me using the link below. So let's go on to number 3, and this has to do with the Metro North train. It creates a dual identity in Fairfield County, and it can offer a distinctly New England lifestyle while remaining closely connected to Manhattan. You can live near the beach, in a historic neighborhood, or on a wooded property and still take a direct train to Grand Central Terminal. The Metro North New Haven line runs through the shoreline communities with branch line service to New Canaan, Danbury, and Waterbury. Stamford is one of the busiest stations in the entire Metro North system. Depending on the train, the express trip from Stamford to Grand Central can take approximately 45 to 55 minutes. For Fairfield, the trip is generally closer, about 80 minutes or so. That difference matters. A buyer who expects to commute 5 days a week may make a different town choice than someone who travels into Manhattan once or twice a month. You also need to consider the time required to reach the station, the parking availability by train station, and the trip from Grand Central to your final destination. Let's move on to number 2. The Long Island Sound creates a different kind of coastline. So Fairfield County sits along Long Island Sound, which is geographically different from a coastline directly exposed to the Atlantic Ocean. Long Island creates a natural barrier between Connecticut and the open ocean. So as a result, the Sound generally has calmer water, less intense wave action than places such as the Outer Banks, parts of Jersey Shore, and actually the other side of Long Island that sits on the ocean. This allows Fairfield County to combine coastal living with year-round communities and access to New York City. Each coastline town has its own personality. Greenwich, Stamford, Norwalk, Darien, Westport, and Fairfield all interact with the water differently. Fairfield is particularly unusual because its beaches, the downtown, and the train stations are relatively close to each other. You can enjoy the shoreline without leaving an isolated seasonal resort community. However, coastal buyers need to understand flood zones. The flood risk can vary from street and even property to property. The flood zone designation may affect your insurance, your financing, the ability to renovate, and elevation requirements. And then now let's go on to number 1. A powerful economy exists inside traditional New England towns. That's what makes Fairfield County so remarkable, isn't simply its wealth, but the lifestyle and the sense of community that comes with it. Fairfield County has one of the highest levels of per capita personal income in the country, home to major financial firms, as I talked about, and corporate headquarters, and a highly educated workforce. The county's per capita personal income reached $140,000 in 2023, according to the Federal Reserve data. That places it among the highest of any U.S. county tracked, even higher than Manhattan and the Silicon Valley. That combination of the economic strength and a generally livable, community-based lifestyle is really what makes Fairfield County so distinctive. But instead of being concentrated entirely in a dense downtown, much of the economic activity exists alongside historic colonials, stone walls, town beaches, working harbors, and traditional New England communities. That combination has had a significant impact on the housing market. Demand continues to be strong while the number of homes available for sale remains well below pre-pandemic levels. During the spring of 2026, Fairfield County's median sale price was about $800,000. And that's a county-wide number, and that doesn't really show the enormous variation between the towns. The town of Fairfield's median sale price was $1,150,000. Westport was approximately $2.2 million. Easton, $975,000, while Weston and Wilton were both over $1.3 million, just to give a few examples. Those numbers will continue to change, but the underlying issue remains basically the same, and that is Fairfield County has a large pool of qualified buyers competing for limited supply of homes. And that's what makes the county so interesting. Within one relatively small region, you have 23 independent municipalities. Each town offers a different version of Fairfield County living. That is why choosing the right town is so important, and why the right answer will not be the same for every buyer. If you're thinking about moving to Fairfield County, download my free relocation guide through the link below. And if you'd like to talk about your budget, the commute, the timing, and the kind of community you are looking for, you can schedule a call with me or just contact me directly. I'm Jennifer Lockwood, a local realtor here, and I would be happy to help you find the part of Fairfield County that feels right for you. Thanks for watching all the way through, and feel free to stay on my channel and check out my other videos and learn more about the area and what it's like to live here. I'll see you on the next video.